Bongbong Marcos maintains a wide lead in the latest Pulse Asia survey, despite a slight drop in his voter preference score. Vice President Leni Robredo, on the other hand, saw across-the-board gains, prompting hopes for a surprise win in the May elections. Some teachers are reportedly shelling out money from their own pockets just to fund preparations for face-to-face learning. One teachers group says the budget for expanding in-person classes is simply not enough. And business tycoon and former Senator Manny Villar is still the richest man in the country, according to Forbes. Focused and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. The Quiapo Church in Manila has resumed the traditional pahalik just in time for the Holy Week. We have JC Cosico joining us live to give us the latest. JC, we know that the DOH has already issued reminders about certain religious practices this coming Holy Week. How is this being enforced over there at the Quiapo Church?
Sean, amid the easing of restrictions, the Quiapo Church wants to gradually resume Holy Week activities. Now, the church management assured that health protocols will still be in place.
After 2 years, devotees can once again express their faith after the Quiapo Church resumed the traditional pahalik. However, devotees are only allowed to touch the image of the Black Nazarene. Kissing and wiping it with handkerchiefs are still prohibited. Devotees will also have to sanitize first. Desiree became a devotee when her children got sick. She says she's happy with pahalik's resumption, but admits it will take some getting used to.
Okay na po yun, at least kahit pa paano yung kamay na namin. Kesa sa wala talaga, di ba?
Quiapo Church assures health protocols are still maintained.
A term lang yun, na gawain natin. Bawal pa munang halikan yung mga imahen. At hindi po hangarin ng gawain ng Semana Santa ang maging spreader ng virus. So, ang kailangan natin labanan ito.
Apart from this, Catholics may also have their visita iglesia at the church. They will also hold pabasa from Monday to Wednesday next week. Meanwhile, instead of the usual procession, the church will hold a motorcade of the Black Nazarene on Good Friday to avoid crowding. A replica procession will be held this week so that devotees won't have to bring their own images on Good Friday.
Dinadahan-dahan natin na maibalik muli under new normal yung mga gawain natin nang hindi kinaliligtaan yung pagsunod sa mga safety protocols natin.
Meanwhile, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines, or CBCP, says Catholics are discouraged from doing harmful activities for penance during Holy Week.
We are actually discouraging penitents from doing yung mga katulad ng pagpapapako sa krus, self-flagellation. Hindi naman kailangan yun.
The church says it's best to commemorate Holy Week in a solemn and safe manner.
And as we speak, the replica procession of the Black Nazarene is ongoing. It will go through various streets here in Quiapo before heading back here in Quiapo Church for a blessing. Back to you.
Right, thank you so much for that update and stay safe out there. JC Cosico of News 5 reporting to us live from Quiapo. Bongbong Marcos is still the front-runner in the latest Pulse Asia survey, despite dropping 4 percentage points in the recent poll. Marcos maintained his lead with 56% of respondents saying that they would choose him to be the next president. Meanwhile, Vice President Leni Robredo jumped by 9 percentage points from 15 to 24%. Manila Mayor Isko Moreno came in third, followed by Senators Manny Pacquiao and Ping Lacson. Marcos Jr.'s figures declined in all regions, while Robredo posted gains in balanced Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Preference for the former senator also dropped across all economic classes, except for classes A and B, which Pulse Asia did not include in their survey. Meanwhile, Robredo was able to double her preference score in the age groups 18 to 25 and 65 and up. The presidential surveys are now starting to reflect the groundswell of support for Vice President Leni Robredo, according to her spokesman. Attorney Barry Gutierrez said Robredo now has the momentum after the massive show of support from previous campaign rallies. Gutierrez also said that they expect further gains as the May 9 elections draw near. Political science professor Dr. Jean Franco also agrees that Robredo has created a certain momentum. However, Professor Franco believes that the Robredo camp will need to work double time in securing votes from Metro Manila, where misinformation and fake news are still prevalent.
Itong survey na to nagsasabi lang na sa mga supporters ni VP Leni na may may pag-asa, and she is connecting with voters, especially yung sa DNE. At makikita mo naman doon sa kanyang surge across regions.
We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us here on One News. You're back on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Some teachers are shelling out their own money and even taking loans out to prepare their classrooms for in-person learning. Shaila Francisco with their stories.
In 2 weeks, Mayamot Elementary School in Antipolo targets to start face-to-face classes for grade 6 students. That's why teacher Arlene is now busy preparing her classroom. But she says the fund given by the DepEd to the school is not enough. Aside from pulling together donations from parents and their barangay, she admits shelling out some 3,000 pesos for the classroom.
Pag talagang mahal mo yung ginagawa mo, mahal mo yung pagtuturo mo, parang di mo na rin iisipin kung magkano yung nagastos mo doon sa classroom mo.
However, it's not just Teacher Arlene. The Teachers Dignity Coalition reveals that some of their members are even resorting to taking out loans, just so they can comply with the Education Department's condition for in-person classes.
And worse, nangungutang yung ilan sa ating mga teachers, no, dahil syempre alam mo yung pera naman kasi para sa pamilya yan no, bilang na yan no. Hindi na natin yan na pwedeng bawasan no.
The DepEd has allotted 977 million pesos for the maintenance and other operating expenses of DepEd schools that will resume physical classes. But the group says this is not enough.
We can volunteer, no? Huwag naman na makasanayan kasi baka na exploitative na no at tumagal exploitation na ito. Hindi na ito volunteerism.
The DepEd responded to the issue, saying that money spent for classrooms beyond the given budget may be reimbursed.
Kung mayroong nagsasabi na sila ay nangungutang, ang sabi namin ay isusubmit yung mga resibo nila para sila ay ma-refund sa kanilang sinasabing personal na gastos. Isubmit nila yung kanilang gastos at tingnan natin kung anong magagawa natin.
Some 17,000 schools are conducting face-to-face classes, while some 22,000 are getting ready to follow suit. Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
Here's a quick look at today's other top stories. The World Health Organization says the BA.2 sublineage of Omicron is now the dominant COVID variant globally. This subvariant is found in all 6 WHO regions and in 68 countries where data is available. The low-pressure area being monitored by Pag-asa was last spotted within the vicinity of Baganga in Davao Oriental. The State Weather Bureau says this disturbance is not likely to develop into a tropical depression in the next 24 hours. Former Senator Manny Villar is still the richest man in the country, according to Forbes. Villar's net worth ballooned to $8.3 billion, up from $7.2 billion last year. He is also the 263rd richest person in Forbes' 2022 World Billionaires list. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.